Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a new mock military video. Today with the CVN-78 for the class aircraft carrier from United States of America. This is my largest and most complex design so far, with more than 6,000 bricks if we consider the ship only, and more than 7,000 bricks if we want some aircraft on it that I'll show you later here. If you're curious to know how large this beast is, here you can find some info about it, not only the dimensions but also the weights, and yep, it's large. But don't worry, later I'll also show you some ships at the same scale to have a better idea about the size of this aircraft carrier. The ships I'm mentioning, you can see them here. Later I'll show you also in the program how they are compared to this monster and here in real life. Also for the aircraft that you can see here, very small, I have them built to give you a better idea about the size. But before starting to check this beautiful monster I designed, the usual reminders. In the caption of the video you can find very useful links. You can find the playlist with my all other LEGO designs, so if you like this one you may check also the others. In this specific case you can also find a free tutorial for the little machines you can see here in the lower left corner. These are released as a free tutorial and you can already find them. Plus you can find the links to get the instructions to build this monster and my all other LEGO designs, a website where you can get a cheaper third-party bricks that I use as well. So you can see here some designs made with these parts. And lastly, but still very important, a website where you can find the full set of my designs. So both instructions and parts. You don't need anything else. You will get everything at home in a single box to make you very happy. Now that we finished with the usual reminders, here you can see all my 1 to 300 scale ships I designed so far. Here you can see them with the underwater hull and here without. You can decide if you prefer them with or without the underwater hull. For example, I like them most without it, and that's why here you can see them built without the underwater hull. What you have to check is how large are these two ships. You can see the difference in size. I think it's pretty clear. The aircraft carrier is huge. So yep, this is the LxWxH class destroyer, the smaller one. This one is slightly larger, maybe this way you can notice better that it's slightly longer. This is a Ticonderoga class cruiser, so destroyer, cruiser, aircraft carrier. I do really hope you can understand how large is the monster I designed this time. In this case we have a 1000 parts, more or less, destroyer. Here we have 1,500 parts cruiser, 6,000 parts aircraft carrier. Massive. As I told you before, all my Navy designs are made in a way that you can get them with or without the underwater hull. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you want to save some money, maybe you want to build it in a second moment, you will be able to do it. Here you can see what you'll get with the instructions. They are made in a way to make the build easier with or without the underwater hull. So the first instructions you will find is the underwater hull separated. The next file is the hull center, the main body of the aircraft carrier. Then we have the hull rear, the hull front, and finally the deck with the last parts of the aircraft carrier. I made it to make easier to build it, but also to get the parts. In fact, each section has separate parts list. If you order them separately, you don't need to sort 6,000 bricks, but for each sections you have 1,500 parts, more or less, to sort, and maybe double check to be sure you ordered all the right parts. Let me know if you like this idea. I think this way it's easier to sort the parts. And then we have the aircraft complement. These again have been released as a free tutorial that you can find here in the right top corner or caption of the video in the free tutorial playlist. Let's see, you have here the crash crane, this one here on the program. Then we have the F-35C, the aircraft carrier variant of the F-35. Then we have the F-18, this one. And lastly, we have the E-2D. Here you can see the SH-60. This one is in folded mode because all of them, as you may notice, we have them unfolded and folded, just like the real ones on aircraft carriers. They are very small, it's not possible to make them foldable. So you have two variants. This one has the wings open, this one closed. Same for the others. The only one that can actually fold is the SH60 present here without no different parts needed. All the others you have to disconnect something, modify it a little and reconnect it. You can decide how many of them you want, but for a good amount of them that you may have already seen in the previous photos, you will need a total of 1000 more parts. And yes, I know, finally we can check all the features. Here we have the propellers. These can obviously rotate because they are propellers, so they can rotate. And then here we have the rudders. These can move obviously right and left. We have two of them. They are quite nice. We have self-defense weapons such as the Zeus. You can see we have one here on the back. Then we have little remote guns, one here, and another one present here on the front. We have another Zeus. Then we have missile launchers. One is present here. This one is for the self-defense. It's another kind of Zeus made with missiles and not bullets. Then on the back we have again both missiles launchers, again one here and one here. All of them are of course able to rotate. You can aim up and down. They can rotate and you can aim them up and down this way. More moving parts here on the left side. This can be kept up or extended on the side, and I think we can keep them like this. They are quite nice. To the front you can find more details like the anchors. For example, we have one here and one to the other side. Here we have the catapults for the aircraft. You can see here we have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and behind the catapults these are shield for the aircraft thrusters. You have them fully opened this way or in a different angle, that's up to you. Very important feature for this aircraft carrier, this one can be easily disconnected, plus you can easily disconnect this part as well to check the inside of the aircraft carrier, because inside here we have the hangar. You can place more aircraft inside it and you can get the access to the hangar removing 1 and 2 parts. Now let's close it again. Then we have the tower bridge with all the antennas, radars, also here on the back more of them. Then if we move here you can also see a little bit of the inside hangar and more details. We have here the elevators. These are needed to connect the inside the hangar to the deck and move the aircraft from the inside of the ship to the outside on the deck. Now I think I can show you just one of them. They work all the same. This is how it looks like when it's lowered. In this position you don't need anything else. It stays in position by itself, and you can place whatever you want on it, like you know, the aircraft or else. While when it's raised up like this, here on the bottom you can find 2 little stoppers. This can move outside a little bit, one here and one here, this way, and these 2 stoppers keep it in position. Without them, of course, it will collapse. Also the opposite, when you want to lower it again, you can simply close the stoppers, one here and one here, and this one will simply go down this way until the hangar position Of course, it's the same also for the others, they work all the same. More details present for the inside of the hanger are the doors. These can be closed, one here and one here. On real aircraft carriers, they are adopted during the thunderstorms to protect the aircraft inside. Of course, for every elevator we have the hangar doors. You can keep them open or closed, that's up to you which configuration you like most. But for one elevator, this one precisely, we do not only have the hangar doors that you can open or close, that's up to you, but we also have two little details that I'm not really sure what's the name of these two columns that can be moved into the lower position or up position, and what they are needed for? Well, for refueling. In fact, the aircraft carrier, yes, is nuclear powered. Virtually it never needs to go back home, but only the ship. You still need the fuel for the aircraft. So how do you refuel an aircraft carrier without going back every time at home? With another ship, specifically a tanker ship, and here is where the pipes from the tanker ship connect to pump the fuel inside the aircraft carrier. Once the operation finish, you can raise them up again and you have another elevator just like the others. But for this specific one, we also have this little feature that maybe some of you don't even know about it. A huge part of my work here for this design was to find the right references. I really spent a lot of time to find all the little details, even before I had to find a way to make them in a Lego. So I really hope you appreciate the effort and let me know if I made some mistake. In that case, I'm sorry. I would love to visit one of these ships one day and check myself all these details, but until then, photos are my only way to get the proper details. Here you can find some rib. These are little ships that can be put in the water from here. We have another one on this other side, for example. There are little details here and there, and probably among you there are people more expert than me about this ship that know all the little details I added, what they are meant for. Very lastly, before concluding the video, here we have the complement I have shown you before. Position it on the aircraft carrier to give you an idea about the final look with a good number of them. Again, here we have more or less 1000 parts of aircraft complement. The crash crane, it's usually parked here, but as usual, it's up to you. Decide what you want, where you want, and customize your design. The best thing about the bricks is that you can always, yes, use my design, but make yours. Maybe changing something here, changing something there. This one is the first and the main ship of the Ford class, so the CVN-78 Ford. But if you want another ship of the same class, you can customize it and get that one as well. And that's the end. Whew. It was really tiring this time. There were too many things to check and I really hope I didn't miss anything, but in the future I plan to build it. More videos will come for this aircraft carrier, probably live streams where we build it together, more reviews with the final and the real thing, not only the digital one that you can find here. In case when I'll start building it and making more videos about it, I can fix it if I missed something. Remember to subscribe to not miss my future videos about it. This one will be my last design before the summer break. So until September, this is the last one you'll get, but I think it's worth it. Remember to also follow me on my other social networks for more updates, like on Instagram, and also for the giveaways. In fact, in this moment we have one giveaway open. I don't know when you are watching this video, but if you're lucky, you may have the chance to get one of my B2 that you can see here. Maybe I can show you From here it's quite large and heavy, but in this moment you have a chance to get a copy of this B2 at home. One more reason to follow me also on Instagram. Remember to leave a thumbs up if you like my designs, it's always appreciated and you help me a lot. Check also the playlist with my all other designs, maybe you can find something you like even more than this ship. I know it's difficult, but maybe you can do it. And now it's really finished. See you again next time with a new project. Bye!